I'm Paula Dean from Credit Casualties, and I do the case advice work for people who come in contact with us. Tax credits is a huge monster that now we're looking at it from the other side. You can't believe it was set up like that. It's basically incredibly inflexible. Huge assumptions were made about how people live, and this ended up that the system didn't work when you put real people into it, and then it becomes so complex that claimants don't actually realise something's going wrong or don't understand it when they do, and the end result is that the amount you are paid is wrong. Getting a bill for thousands of pounds out of the blue obviously terrifies people, and you don't understand what's happening, you're not getting the right information, and it can go on for a very long time. It gets stressful and it causes a lot of distress as well as the financial hardship. I opened the post one day and there it was, a bill for nearly £5,000. It was a shock. At the bottom of the letter was a giro slip made out for that amount, so it was obvious they just expected me to pay this amount back. It had one line on it, this letter: "You have previously been told about an overpayment for this figure. We expect you to repay it," with this giro slip attached. I've got no idea what they were on about, and I rang the tax office thinking I was just going to get told, "Oh, sorry, that's a mistake, it's an admin error." And I got this very arrogant, blasé response of, "Yes, you've been overpaid, we've told you about it before, and we expect the money back." And no further information. I was told I couldn't appeal. And it turned out that that was actually kind of like a misdirection of the truth. They were using particular terminology. You can't appeal, but you can dispute. My mum had said, "It's a shame there isn't a website about this." So I came home, read A Few Idiots Guide, and 8 hours later there was a website about it. So I just put my rant in cyberspace, as I call it, up there and said, "I don't know what I'm going to do, but let's get in contact. I know there'll be other people out there," and straight away they did start making contact. So I started putting the letters I was sending to HMRC up and putting up my research and what I was finding out as, "I don't know if this is useful, guys, but see if it's any good." And people started copying my letters and things like that. So I turned them into templates so that it was easier to do that. And then started saying, "Well, I did this step, so how about that step?" And gradually this guide to disputing developed, and more people came in contact. Mainly it's people wanting advice, but one thing that really impassions them is that when they find out just how diabolical the system is, a lot of people want to help out and reach out to others as well. The statistics on the website have been phenomenal. We can't understand it. Even though I know the figures, 8 million people overpaid, sometimes I can't believe it when our webmaster tells us that in the last week the dispute pack's been downloaded 95 times. And that's just downloading it. It's already available on the website anyway for you just to read. So even I'm having trouble getting my head around exactly how many people are directly affected by this. And it wasn't just this issue. The one thing that is in common with everybody who comes into me is you've got other stuff going off in your life. We've got people who are going through divorce, battling cancer, lost a child, stuff like this. And we put together a book called Voices of the Victims, and the one thing about it is that it's very raw. We purposely didn't re-edit it, we didn't brush it up and things like that. And there's, I think, about 40 contributions directly from victims. Short paragraphs that kind of sum up the overall case and the experience, and just what comes out is the distress it causes and the impact it's having on such a wide base of people as well, which made for a very startling book, and we launched it in Westminster.
Tax Credit Casualties have been a lifeline, really. They're superb. The help that she's given me, explaining things, what they can do and what they can't do, what the Inland Revenue can do and what they can't do. I never even knew until Paul has explained them to me.
I don't really honestly know how far we would have got without Tax Credit Casualties. So even if I don't win my dispute, the fact that I don't feel so isolated is worth its weight in gold.
They're marvellous. They're really marvellous, they are. Can't fault them.